depressed Laura. And this Laura is no longer me. Her soul in the past in this photo was dead, broken, hopeless. She didn't want to live. She wanted to die. But I no longer want to die. And so if I ever die through suicide, quotation marks, then just know that someone killed me, or a group of people killed me. Just like what they did with my dad. My dad did not commit suicide. I know that he did not commit suicide. A person or people killed him and made it look like that. Even though I have had suicide attempts, that does not mean that I will do it again. It's just a lie. Look back to this video if I die through that. So look at my other videos on YouTube too. Especially the second one, where I was wearing a black top and army bottoms. I was talking about dying towards the end of that video, because I don't want to say all of the things I said in this video about that. So all I'm gonna say is be strong. There is a way, there is a truth, and there is a life, and that is Jesus. Give him a try by praying to him, by seeking him through the Bible wholeheartedly. Jesus and God are one. They're one. I'm telling you, it is supernatural. My soul has been set free. I am very happy. Despite being gang stalked, every tactic, every harassment, every oppression, every persecution, I feel happy. I feel alive. I pray for those people. I feel sorry for them because of how blinded they are. People will literally just believe anything the government says just because, oh my gosh, these are the cops. Oh my gosh, they're in the politics. Oh my gosh, they're higher than me. Oh my gosh, these are the army. These are the veterans. These are powerful people. So what? You know, those people, these are people who are religious. Those are the same people that killed Jesus. Who's more powerful than those people? It's Jesus. It's God. Don't be afraid of the government. Don't be afraid of cops. Don't be afraid of politicians. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of any of them. They're only people with high status and power. They don't have real powers. And if anything, they have Satan's powers. And Satan only has powers because God authorized him to have those powers. God can take it anytime, any day, when he wants. If you want real power, then go to Jesus, go to God. He is the true power, forever power. You want to be real powerful? Go to him. You'll definitely get that power. Good, righteous people and Jesus don't act tough and aggressive and like intimidate people looking at their eyes like this. He's calm. He's love. He's forgiving. He's generous. He's understanding. He's patient. But people who are infested with demons or are literal demons in human flesh, as known as aliens, reptilians, draconians, and all these other weird names, grays that they call it. If you don't believe me, go on YouTube and search reptilians. Look at their eyes. They are the ones who act all tough, and they will look at you like this with great emotion, even though they don't even know you. Like, y'all are literal strangers. And they act like they're better than you, they're higher than you, just because they're in the government, just because they're rich, just because they have money, just because they have nice houses, nice cars, just because they have connections, even if they're not rich, just because they have connections with other evil people infested with demons, just because they're acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent, just because they can get away from the evil things that they're doing. They want to act all tough. That's also written in the Bible. Evil people, unrighteous people, wicked people, corrupt people act like they'll get away with anything. because they're conniving with other people, with other corrupt souls, with their bribery, with human trafficking, with raping, everything. I could keep going on and on. They will literally sacrifice children and people of any age to Moloch. M-O-L-E-C-H or M-O-L-O-C-H. And they have mind control. It's M-O-L-O-C-H. And they have the nerve to call the innocent rapist, pedophile, criminal, drug addicts, when they're the real ones. And you know what? Some people who are not of power did do some of those things, or maybe even all of it, or some of it. But they go to prison, they get sent to prison, and even have unfair punishment. Let's say a person stole, and then they would have unfair punishment, or they would be a prison for a longer time than they should be, than the ones who did even worse things. But the people of power do worse things than people who are not of power. A lot of them do worse things than the people who are not of power. Excuse me, but they don't hold themselves accountable. They don't put themselves in jail, or in prison, because they're the ones holding the law. They're the ones holding the laws, and they think, well, I'm holding this law. It says you're going to go to jail if you kill. You're going to go to prison if you kill. But if we kill, we're not going to go to prison or jail because we're the ones holding the law. So you better sit down, shut up, and don't say anything, because if you do, we will literally blackmail you or plant fake evidence that you're a drug addict. We will literally go to your house, plant cocaine or weed or whatever, illegal things, or make AI videos, fake videos of you killing someone by just putting your face in that person's face. We will do anything to destroy you. If you speak up, so you better shut up. First of all, I'm not going to shut up because God gave me a voice and a mouth to speak, so I'm going to use just that. How about they can shut up? So anyways, I've also heard someone say, yeah, as long as she complies with the rules. Yeah, as long as people comply with the rules, right? And while you don't comply with the rules, just because you're conniving with all these other corrupt souls, how about comply with God's rules? God said, thou shalt not kill in the 10 Commandments. But look at these cops. They're being told to kill if a certain civilian or individual does a certain thing. They tell them, okay, if this person runs away, while you're telling them, or no, this is a better example. When they say if they look like they're about to reach for something in the car and they're not putting their hands up, then you better kill, or you should shoot. And there's tons of videos like that. There's tons of videos like that, okay? I'm not saying that's what they tell the cops, but since a lot of cops have already done that, that's why I believe that they've told them that, to kill and shoot, because they have shot people, a lot of people that does not put their hands up and just reach down, okay? Even if they reach down to lower the window, they would shoot them. God said, thou shalt not kill. The government in every country in this whole world does not go abide God's laws. They make their own laws. That's also in the Bible. Look, I'm gonna search it right now. I hope that I can find it. I pray to God that I can find it right now. Hold on. Yeah, I found it. Thank you, God. Matthew chapter 15, verse 6. Matthew is spelled M-A-T-T-H-E-W, chapter number 15, okay? Just put 15 and then the colon with the 2 dots and then 6, verse 6. Matthew chapter 15, verse 6. So it's just the word Matthew, number 15, colon, and 6. You have made the word of God invalid because of your tradition. And it said, Jesus replied, "And why do you break the command of God for the sake of your tradition?" That's a perfect example of God and the Ten Commandments saying, "Thou shalt not kill." And then the government breaks the command from God by saying, you kill, you shoot, if the person does not keep their hands up and looks like they're about to reach for something. Everything is in the Bible. Go read it. Sometimes it is easier to do it online, like in the Bible app, but it is good to have a physical Bible too. It's definitely good to have a physical Bible. But if you want to look through the Bible very quickly and search for things, then just search it in the search bar area, okay? You can put government in there, and mind you, there's a lot of words that are taken out of the Bible, which are in the book of Enoch. There's also books in the Bible that are taken out. So the Bible is literally just books it's books from God put in one, and that's the Bible. Let's say the book of Genesis, Revelations. The book of Genesis is about how everything was created. The book of Revelations is about how the world will end, which is when Jesus comes back the second time, which is when the world ends, which is when he slays Satan, he kills Satan, and a lot of people will die, a lot of people will go to hell, only a small amount of people will go to heaven, because a lot of people are evil and only a small amount of people are good. Look around you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know I'm speaking the truth. You know that most people are evil, and you know that only a small amount of people are good. So that's why the road to hell is broad and wide for the many who choose to go that way, and the road to heaven is small and difficult to find, because it's difficult to be a godly person. But it's worth it. I'd rather choose the difficult road where it's worth it, rather than choose the easy road where it's not worth it, because it leads to hell. Easy roads that are not worth it goes to hell. Difficult roads that goes to heaven is worth it, okay? It's not easy, but it's worth it, and I'd rather go to that route, because it's worth it. I will have life. Our real life is not in this world. This world, I need you to understand and remember this. Our life in this world